Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome back to Compact Claustrophobia. So last episode we got our rocket set up, we got all prepped and ready to go. Everything that we are going to need for this. So let's go ahead, hop into our rocket, hold spacebar, or hit spacebar, and let's go ahead and launch our rocket. So, of course, it counts down from 20, so we got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we have blast off. We have liftoff. So we can adjust, like, angles and stuff like that with this. Better off just to leave it and just let it do its thing. You can see on the left-hand side there, kind of our altitude as we go up, and you can see our cube Earth down below once we get far enough away to be able to see that down below. Now, when we land, depending on where we launch our rocket back home, from the moon to get back to Earth, it's going to change where our rocket lands us, or where we land once we, reach Earth. So if we go very far off and then we launch our rocket from somewhere else, we may not end up in the same swampland, which is kind of unfortunate because it seems like we are just in one massive ocean at the moment. So we may have an ocean landing. We'll see. But anyways, we are going to click on Overworld. We're going to click on the moon. I think it used to be called Luna, didn't it? I feel like. But let's go ahead. We're going to select the moon and we're going to hit launch. And we're taking one giant leap. And there we go. And hold space to slow down. You can see our entry velocity there. Best thing to do is just kind of keep it kind of close to 10. 10 meters per, or negative 10 meters per second is ideal. If you go in too fast, you are going to crash and it's going to be bad. Once you start seeing that black there, that means that we are landing. We're about to be landing on the moon. Okay. Go ahead, make a nice soft landing, and let's get out of our space lander. And we can pull out, we can pull out the rocket launch pad, and we can pull out the Tier 1 rocket. I think, we can get our partially filled fuel canister, and we can break that. We don't really need it anymore. Well, I should have left it, I guess. What I'll do is I'll just put a torch. Now, this is going to fizzle out, of course, because there's no oxygen here. We're just going to leave a torch there. That's where we landed at. So there's a couple things that we're going to have to do here. We're going to have to get Moonrock for the quest. We're going to have to find a schematic for the Tier 2 rocket. And hopefully not a million moon buggies. That tends to be my luck. We're also going to have to get the stuff for the Tier 2 heavy-duty plates. Which if we pull this up... Or no, I think it's actually just... is it Meteoric Iron? Yeah. Meteoric Iron for the Tier 2 plates. I keep thinking Dash. Dash is going to be from Mars. Now, Meteoric Iron, it actually can be a pain at this stage to find a lot of it. Because we are going to need quite a bit of it. And it only spawns in these little, like, meteors that fall on the surface of the moon. Now, on the plus side, if you spend very long in an area, you will tend to have a lot of meteors fall because they do actively fall. So if you have an area that's been loaded for a bit, and then you take a look, there's going to be tons of meteoric iron around you. But initially, when you first land here, it can be a nuisance to find a lot of this because it's just not super common without an area having a bit of time to kind of build up some fallen meteors. But also this is cheese ore. So you can find, or no, that's copper. But you can find cheese ore on the moon. You can come across that as well, which can be eaten as a food source. So, but we're going to be looking for a dungeon. There's also villages on the moon, so we can trade lunar sapphires or blue sapphires or whatever they're called with the villagers there for just kind of some odd and end stuff. I'm not sure if they sell Meteoric Iron. If we come across one, we'll have to take a look, because if they do, that would be a great place to get Meteoric Iron. But I think generally they mainly sell like cheese and things. And most of the time, you're just hopping around on the moon. A dungeon will be pretty easy to spot because it'll be kind of like a big crevice like that, and there'll be a hole leading down deeper into the dungeon. So there's a village right over there. And we're going to see, I tend to have a lot of luck finding dungeons around villages. I don't know why that is, but maybe we'll find one around here. It'd be awesome. And once the sun sets, which the days and nights are a lot longer on the moon than they are on Earth, but once the sun does set, it will be dark and there will be mobs. However, since we have our compact machine, we could just hop into our compact machine and wait it out. That is an option. So here's some villagers. If we take a look here, they will sell us an oxygen mask, some oxygen tank, oxygen gear. Just a variety of things that if we didn't have them... Oh, wow, you can actually buy the Tier 2 rocket schematic by trading in a moon buggy. So if you get something like a duplicate, you can actually now trade that off. Oh, and we can actually just sell jungle saplings for lunar sapphires. So that's something nice to kind of bear in mind, because we can always pop back into our compact machine world and just get a bunch of jungle saplings. But it looks like their trades are all pretty much the same things. So we're going to head back out. Now, I know to get the... we're going to need a ton of meteoric iron. I know that. The best thing for us to do, really, is just try to find a dungeon first thing. And then we go down there, we run the dungeon. And then generally, by the time we come back up, probably we'll have some meteors land around us. And then we'll be able to just go around and mine those up. Here we go. Here is a moon dungeon. Alright, so let's... Really don't even need those. Let me pull those off. We're just going to kind of make our way down here. There's not really any fall damage on the moon, so you don't have to worry too much about that. This place is going to be filled up with spawners. And lots of space mobs, as you can see here. Boom, boom. There we go. You are dead, sirs. And I think there's probably a spawner in that room. Probably a creeper spawner. It can be a little bit slow going through these. Depending on your weapons, of course. Oop. I don't know why I ran in for that second hit like that. And we're basically looking for a large boss room. Okay, used to there was a lot of like, here we go, spider webs and spawners. Yeah, there's one in this room. Trying to get that spawner out of the way. I should probably make a shield. I don't really like running them, but... There we go. That's the evolved skeleton spawner. I might pop into our compact world and just make a shield here in just a second. Because it would make things a lot easier. Also, some more glowstone torches would not be a bad idea. Grab this. And let's just pop into our compact world. Yeah, it looks like we can still breathe in this, so that's nice. Alright, so let's just make like a platinum. We'll just make a platinum shield. Just because we can. Now we don't have to worry too much about the skeletons then. A can of food. There's some dehydrated carrots. We got a partially filled oil canister, feather falling floor, blast protection, holding. I'm not really interested in the redstone. Actually, don't want that redstone. Okay, here is the boss chamber. So, we did alright with our single glowstone torch. let me go ahead and top off. This first boss is not too bad. So basically we just need to make sure we don't get thrown. He's going to try to basically basketball throw us into the lava. We don't want to get thrown into the lava. And we just want to deal with him basically. And we want to block his bow as well. And if we can just... Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stay up here. That's what you want to watch out for. It actually can be kind of tricky to get back to the ground. Bosty oh my gosh, really? Ah, that's annoying. Oh, it keeps despawning. Let me actually try something. Really quick. Because it just keeps tossing us up. We're covered in arrows. And let's make ourselves a pistol. Okay, so there's our revolver. And then we're going to want some bullets. And we'll just go with basic bullets. It's not really a big deal. So just standard cartridges. We'll be making Casul cartridges. So there's 60 of those. And then we're going to need the projectiles blueprint. Like in the past, I never had too much issue with him tossing me a lot like that. But generally, I also had like super swords where I just go in and just be like, whack, you're dead. So I didn't really have the same, the same situation as far as that goes. So, but at the moment, he's having a lot of fun just tossing us around. So we're going to go empty casing. We're going to go, it's going to be lead. And then we're also going to need, can I not uncompress this? Factorizer. Okay, there's a factorizer. And we're going to say split. And we'll just go ahead and start splitting off some of that sawdust. And I want to make gunpowder, because I need a bunch more of this. It's 48. And then let's get ourselves just some lead. There we go. There's 48 Casul cartridges. And we're going to go ahead and just load this thing up. Okay, now at this point, we should be able to just pop back in and deal with this guy fairly easily. So once he tosses us up on the ridge, we're just going to stand up here and shoot him dead. Now, I've got to reload our revolver. I should have got a quick loader. There are a couple quick loaders. They help a lot, but... There we go. And we'll just gun him down. Alright. He is now dead. I always love that sound. And we got a key from that boss. I can deal with this guy. Alright. Oh yeah, and I should have dropped off our inventory. I will in just a moment. We'll come back to this room. And look, we got lots of glowstone. Let me go dump off my inventory. I gotta say, having a portable base, kinda nice. Packs that have compact machines, I might be tempted to make portable bases a bit more in the future. Not like actual homes like it is on here, but just portable bases would be kind of nice, I feel like. This thing, if you notice, this thing does pack a bit of a punch, so it is super useful for dealing with mobs and stuff. Okay. Now we'll just pop back out. We're going to put our key in, open this up, and we got a tier 2 rocket schematic. Perfect. And partially filled oil canister, a couple heavy-duty shovels, and a smelting enchant. I'm going to leave the rest of the stuff. I'm not that worried about it. And we're going to take all this glowstone. And since we got the schematic, we are now done with moon dungeons. I'm going to go ahead and just run out of here real quick. One thing I may actually want to have for leaving this is just a few blocks. So let me just pop in and go get a couple blocks. Also, I'm going to take like a stack, 2 stacks of glowstone torches. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just block off this. We've done this dungeon. And we're going to go ahead and just dig through these moon dungeon bricks. And we're going to get ourselves just a little bit of this moon rock just to complete that one quest out. Now, like I said, there is cheese ore and stuff. We don't really have any need for it, but it does exist down here. Once we get to Mars, we will have to go mining a bit more. But the only thing that we would want here is like lunar sapphires, and we actually don't really need anything from those, since we did get the schematic that we needed on our first attempt. So now all we have to do is just find a bunch of meteoric iron. Now we're going to have a quick look around just to see if there's any meteoric iron. If not, I have an idea for an easy way to get it. There's a village over there. Villages always have those big trees as well, so. Now it is, oh, there's one over there. It is possible to occasionally find some in like newly generated chunks, at least in my experience, but it's uncommon. So just be aware. And if it's red or kind of like an orangish color, we can actually see it kind of, it'll be kind of that color, I guess. You'll want to wait because it'll be hot. We won't be able to mine it with this. That's fine. We're going to need an actual Galactograph pick, which is okay. So we won't be able to do the dash yet, but what about the heavy duty? I think it can, no, I don't want that. I want compressed steel. Am I out of compressed steel? I sure am. That's fine. And it also wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and throw this in there and get that compressing. You only have to have one tank on, so I can actually go out with just this one tank while that other one fills up. It's not going to hurt anything. Since we have our like cheaty base going on, where we can just pop in and do whatever we want to. Alright, so heavy duty pick can mine it, so that's what we're going to use. If we mine this, we will get ourselves 2 raw meteoric iron. So yay. And to make the next tier, if we take a look here, Galactocraft, the tier 2 rocket. Where are you, tier 2 rockets? Right here. The tier 2 rocket is going to require pretty much a lot of the same stuff, the nose cone, the rocket fins. We're also going to need tier 1 booster, so we're going to need some compressed meteoric iron there. We're also going to need a bunch of heavy-duty tier 2 plates. Now, we will also need these tier 2 plates to later on make tier 3 plates with the compressed dash. We can wait and mine it in the asteroids, but asteroids are a tier 3, so we will need a bit because we are going to have to get the tier 3 rocket to be able to go to those. So we'll need a bit more meteoric iron there, but I do have an idea to allow us to probably generate quite a bit of meteoric iron. Oh, see all these broken blocks? That means a meteor has recently hit. So this is all meteors probably that hit while we were down inside the dungeon. So that one had 1 meteoric iron. And I want to say that fortune doesn't really work on these. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. I know Silk Touch does work on them, but I don't know about unfortunate. I want to say that it doesn't, though. It seems like I've tried it in the past and it didn't work, but... And if you make a moon base and you spend very much time on the moon, you're going to have tons of meteoric iron. But if you're just here for a quick trip, it could take a little bit. Oh, there's one over here, one over there. Actually, we might get lucky and just find a bunch. That would be awesome. And these can also land on like Mars and stuff, so you don't have to stay on the moon. They can be pretty much any planet will have fallen meteors. So if you just get enough to get you to Mars, then you'll be all right. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and just open up our claim chunks. We can load quite a few chunks, so we're just going to go ahead and just load up this area here. So let's do something like that. Just get ourselves 50 chunks and just load this area out. And that way we can step into our compact machine and fallen meteors should continue to fall while we're doing other stuff. So that will be great. And if we take our schematic, we drop it into here, we can unlock schematic. We're going to go ahead and do that. And now we have the tier 2 rocket schematic. And so we're going to need 10 of the tier 2 plates, and then we need 8. Yeah, right. These are going to be the boosters, correct? So what we're going to do, let's get us a rocket chest for all of our rocket stuff to go in that we're working on at the time. And we'll set that right there. And we pull this up. Tier 2 rocket. Let's go ahead. Let's grab ourselves a nose cone. Let's grab ourselves 4 rocket fins. Engine. There we go. So there's that stuff. And then we just need the boosters and all that. And at this point, pretty much I just have to let it run for a bit and let it make us... I'm assuming that we can get fallen meteors. And the nice thing is we're up on top of kind of a little area here. So we can kind of see around us. So at this point, a couple things that we can knock out real quick is like... let me pop over and get a carrot. We can start knocking out, kind of while we're waiting, we can start knocking out some of these like random quests that we've got. Let's see, destabilize redstone and right away. Fluid infuser. So there's our slow acting right away. That quest is completed. And then crafting calculators. There's that. And there is the math calculator. So those are done. And these are just calculators, basically. Like opening up calculator. Yellow pigment is sulfur in water. So we'll toss that in, grab some yellow pigment. So that quest is done. Pick your frequency. We need to make a bunch of these different pickaxes. So let's make these. Lead, tin, silver. And then nickel, bronze, tough, electrum. So there's those. Quest complete. And then we need to get a puffer fish. I'll probably just wait and fish for that. I'm assuming it's just, yeah, it's just from fishing. I'll just fish for that once we get back to the overworld. I imagine. A proxy. And for this, we are going to need nether wart. And to get that, we're just basically going to have to put this mycelium block that we made a bit back. We're going to have to put a barrel with water on there. It's going to make some mushrooms, and it's going to produce witch water, and then we drop sand into that. Get soul sand, and then we can get nether wart. And I think it's a 10% chance, so not too bad. Also, this quest, since we automated our wood in a different way, so then we need 2 knot gates and 6 auto clickers. Okay. There is 2 knot gates. Oh, and then the auto clickers. I just made those. I just didn't exit the crafting grid with them. So there we go. There's that quest. And let's take a look. See if we are building up asteroids. Or meteors. I'm actually not really seeing any. Which is unfortunate. I may actually have to like run around a little bit up here and try to get them that way. I don't know. And then let me go ahead and get some hard carbon being made real quick. There we go. And that way we can make a hard carbon pick, because there's a quest for that also. And there we go. See, most of these quests are all just really quick knockout things at the moment. There's the dash stuff. Boron. And let's see about making a shulker also. And then we're going to pop back up. I might have to run around. So if I do that. Oh. No. Let me down. There we go. And quest complete. Shulkin. I want to see if, because I'm not, doesn't seem like this is working for us. We're going to need 18 meteoric iron in total. So let me just pop back out and do a little bit of running around, and maybe we'll come across some meteors. Could have grabbed my other oxygen tank, I guess, but yeah, I think we'll just maybe have to spend a little bit of time. It doesn't seem like this is actually working for us, so I'm going to go ahead and close off these. I suppose we're just going to set out. Oh, there was one. We shall take it. Now, right now, of course, it's going to be hot, so it will burn, or it can burn if we touch it, but we're going to go ahead and just break it. Okay, and right here you can see kind of what nighttime on the moon looks like. The sun has now set over there, or is in the process of setting, but night kind of hits gradually as the sun goes down. So this is what night looks like, and now mobs are able to spawn, you know, just all over the place here. So I've set up a little safe spot inside that building so we can hang out here, and I'm just like filling up my tanks. I'm gonna go fill up this other one here in just a minute, and then I'm just popping in here and sitting around. Nighttime is pretty long. I will probably be farming meteors during the night. It's a little bit dangerous, but generally the mob spawns aren't too crazy. But we'll see. I seem to remember it getting, though, like eventually getting like pitch dark when the sun has fully passed through, but it stayed about this level of darkness for a little bit, so we'll find out. But if this is as dark as it gets, we'll definitely be hitting up some meteors during the night. But you can see some mobs right over there, so we'll see how things go. We are up to 11 meteoric iron, so we don't need that much more, but we're going to go ahead and get a few meteoric iron ingots, or compressed meteoric iron, just really quick. We've actually got 10 heavy duty plates left. Yeah, let me grab those, because we're going to need 10 for the core of this. So we'll go ahead and get those running, and that way we can get our first tier 2 heavy duty plates, and have enough of those to build the body of the rocket, and then we just have to finish out the boosters. That shouldn't be too bad. So we just need 7 more at this point, I think, right? Let's see. 7. Yeah, it's 4 for each of these. Okay. And the easiest way to do this at night is just find yourself a nice little perch like I've got on that tree, and keep an eye out off in the distance. Way out there you can see a meteor. And then we just pop out there. They're usually not too bad if there's no skeletons around. There's a skeleton there. Just kind of run around him and just kind of make your way over to the meteor. The mobs are kind of dumb and usually won't give you too much grief, as you can see. And then we'll just mine this up. And then we'll head back to the perch and wait again. I've got 2 ore on me. And of course, now we've got 4 ore. And I've got 1 that's already made into a plate. So we only need 3 more at this point, which is like maybe 2 meteors. Unless we get really unlucky, like 2 meteors. And then I'm going to get back up on my perch and keep watching. I'm just editing some footage right now while I let this, let my character just hang out right here. So, I will be back. Okay, we might have it now. I didn't notice this one. It was sitting over here kind of near, so we're up to 6. And there's another one right over here, so this will definitely be our last one that we need. It didn't take too long. I was just editing footage from the last video. Oh, and there's another one over there. I do suggest if you spot this stuff, mine it until you reach the point where you can reach an asteroid belt, and then it pretty much becomes kind of an obsolete resource. You'll easily have more than you'll ever need of it. And just bear in mind that you can always still find it on planets too. Any planet, I believe any planet that you go to can have it. This spider might grief me. And there's another one right there. I don't know why all of a sudden we got a bunch. What's funny is this is, I think, the first mob that I've had to kill this whole time while sitting out here at dark. Just because they don't really notice you very easily. Which is fine by me, but there's a baby zombie. You see, it's not too dark. I think, I remember times when it was like pitch dark, but I think that's more when you're running hardcore darkness. Then it makes space an abysmal nightmare at night, because I remember in PAX being stuck on the moon with no lights and having lost my moon base and just wandering around in the pitch dark until daytime. You have to have a lot of air tanks with you for that too. Okay, so I think let me pop up here one more time, just take a look, because bear in mind that we will need some Meteoric Iron when it comes time to make our tier 3 rocket. But we can easily get that while on Mars, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, I think we're good to go. So we'll just pop in, and we're going to set up our rocket launch pad right up here. We're going to launch off the top of this guy's house. He's going to love it. And we'll put in our fuel loader there. Of course, we're not going to launch this episode, but we will launch the next episode. Go ahead and toss that in there. And fill this up with some power. And we'll fill this up with a bit of fuel as well. There we go. Ooh. Oh, a meteorite hit the house also. That's fine by me. I will take it. Anywhere else? Because I was tabbed out, so I didn't hear the meteorites whenever they hit. Because they make a loud boom, you know. But I really wasn't paying a whole lot of attention. I was just letting time pass, to be honest. Okay. So we'll pop back in. Let me go ahead and get these filled up. And I'm going to need to fill that back up. Let's see. I'm going to need to actually make these into plates also real quick. And then up here I made some more tier 1 heavy duty plates, so we're going to go ahead and grab those. Okay, now at this point, what we need are the boosters. Tier 1 booster cores. So let's get that. We're going to need some yellow wool. There's one tier 1 booster. And then we'll get one more tier 1 booster. Okay, so now at this point we are all set. Let's go ahead. Let me grab all this stuff out. Toss that in. No. Oh, sorry. Tier 2. Toss that in, that in, that in, that in, and the engine. And there is our tier 2 rocket. Yay. And there was much rejoicing. Okay. So now, and I don't know why I keep carrying these torches around. I don't need them. Let me go ahead and fill these tanks up as well real quick. Is there, I want to say there's a better oxygen compressor, but maybe not. Like a faster one. There's the oxygen compressor. No, I think there is if you have extra planets, but maybe there's not with standard Galacticraft. Might be worth setting up another oxygen compressor. Also, making additional tanks is helpful. I don't know. I might make a couple more. We'll see. Maybe make a couple more tanks and one more compressor, and then have, you know, a set in here. It does help, but of course we do have a base that we can just take with us, so it's not too bad. Okay, so if we pop out now, and we pop up top here, we'll set that down there as our tier 2 rocket. I need to put up the tier 1 rocket at some point. Let's grab our base. We no longer have need of it here, and we will just launch into space and head to Mars from this location. Wow, it seems darker now. Do you notice? Is it because I'm just lower down, or is it actually getting darker? It's totally getting darker. Okay, so maybe it does get like super dark. So usually I don't spend a whole lot of time at night, because most packs you have flight, and you just fly through these, and you're only on a planet for like a few minutes. But if we take a look here, our fuel is 63% filled. These do, yeah, and these do take more power as well, or more fuel that they'll store. So there we go. There's that. So we'll just pull this out. I was thinking there was a way to empty that, but maybe not. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and just grab that out. Oh, skeleton riding a spider. Great. But anyways, we are now ready to launch to Mars. We have done everything we need to do. So next episode, we are going to launch to Mars. Mars is pretty much the same process, except we are going to do a little bit of mining while on Mars, but it's all pretty straightforward. So next episode, we're going to head there. We will probably do a few odd and end quests as well as we clean up the quest book. And we'll work on getting our tier 3 rocket and whatnot. So that's what we'll be working on come next episode. And I think once we have our dash, we will also be working on making our other set of thermal padding, which is this one. Because this does require dash ingots and then more of that thermal cloth from before. So we'll work on making that as well. And we're going to need quite a bit of dash, so we will do quite a bit of mining. But it's actually pretty quick. It's a whole lot easier than Meteoric Iron, though we will need some of that as well. So anyways, I hope you... Yeah, look how dark it's getting. So dark. But I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, as always, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay updated with when new videos come out. And I hope to see you guys next time. So until then, as always, do take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys then.